people are skilled. But skilled, but maybe they do not complement the environment or the requirements at the time. So ukhona kodwa ke khona ngakuhlangabezi okunye okudingakalayo. So that's for us is important ukuthi we all understand. And then I'm going to allow mhlawumbe Mr. Dlamini to just so that kungabi girls show. Amen.
Thanks, Nana. Well, when we talk of these scarce skills, we are referring to the skills that are listed in a national skills, scarce skills list, which is produced by the Department of Education and Training. And also you'll find when you visit the Department of Home Affairs that they also produce a list of scarce skills which they use to ask people, foreigners in other words, to come into the country to fill the gaps. In terms of the list of scarce skills, the national list, there are several professions which are agricultural that are listed in that 100 list of scarce skills. The first one being the agricultural engineer. We found that youth abatand kwenza of physics and maths. So we are running short of Greek engineers. We also have actual engineering technologists also who are very scarce. Actual scientists. These are Greek scientists. Maybe let me qualify why I say they are scarce, because you will find that there are so many young people who are having maybe BSc agriculture currently, who are unemployed. So the key there is the specialization. We are running short of Greek scientists like horticulturalists, like entomologists, and all those who are mainly involved in research. In terms of the general BSc Agric, we are having a big number. Government is trying to help, but we can't help all of them. Some of the skills that are scarce is Agric economists, veterinarians, which are veterinary doctors, forestry technicians. So if you follow this, you are having a high likelihood of getting employment because they are not readily available in the job market. I think maybe let me add there.
Thank you so much. Angithemba ukuthi sisezwa sonke. Sisezwa sonke. Sisezwa konke kuseClear. All right. Besachaza wona ama scarce skills akhona eSouth Africa njengamanje. Currently asikhulumi nge-yesterday, but isikhuluma nge-currently. These are some of the scarce skills esinawo eSouth Africa. Okusho ukuthi ke thina njengabantu abasha sesikwazile ukukuthika okunye kwakho, especially abasafuna ukuyofunda ekakhulukazi ekubeni odokotela bezilwane, ama-economist and etc. bakumentionile. But then just to continue with some of the questions enginawo lana Mr. Dlamini, ukuthi ke mhlambe what are the reasons for ama-scarcity of ama-skills anawo esinawo eSouth Africa? Yiziphi lezo izathu lezo ukuthi sibe scarce kangaka nama-skills eSouth Africa ekubeni kodwa intsha yethu willing to go and learn nakho konke lokho okuthinta i-agriculture?
Okay, thanks for the question. There are challenges which we as the country and the region are facing. Maybe in terms of the commercial agriculture, you find that the farmers that we had previously before 1994, which are mainly white, are now aging. So we don't have the farmers that have experience in agriculture. That is one of the challenges which the government has identified and which the government also is addressing in terms of assisting the young black farmers to get into the commercial side of agriculture. Also, the second point is you find that sometimes young people, when they are still at high school, they tend to do subjects that are but lower. So some even went Bababe a university. When they come out of the university, they will find that there is no demand of some of the courses or degrees that they hold. So it means it's a mismatch between what is required by the job market and what is produced by maybe education system of the country. So also the other mismatch, you'll find that we have people that only want to go to universities, whilst there is a big demand of skilled people, our marketing, abantu of farm managers, abantu hands-on, the green fingers in agriculture, abantu abangenza research. So we do have a challenge, kakhulukazi looking into our country. Abantu abaningi ba affected by poverty. So some of these courses, esikhuluma ngawo, they are so expensive. You can't enter even sometimes even the points, because finally upase in such a way that you are accepted. There are courses also where you find maybe it's 1 or 2 universities only in the country, like veterinary science. You don't get veterinary science in most of the faculties in the countries. Is only 2 universities. Funding, I've mentioned funding. In some sectors, though, it does not affect us a great deal in agriculture, but in some sectors you find that the people that are qualified are emigrating, going to Europe for greener pastures, leaving the country. And then that all create this scarcity now. Find that there is a demand, but there are no people who are ready to take the gap. Also, I'll give it to you. Also, we find that some employers, they want people with experience. They want the same qualification, but they'll say plus 3 years or so. So that also is a factor in the system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dlamini. Over to you, Ms. Zindle.
Oh, thank you. Just ukusho okunye ngicabanga ukuthi you will all agree with me ukuthi some of the challenges that we see is that we do not have enough information on careers that we can have in agriculture. When we talk about agriculture, immediately abantu abaningi bacabanga ukungcola, bacabanga hard and umsebenzi osindayo, like we said, even as we started here, but there's so many careers. If umuntu othanda ukusebenza wedwa, you can work in a laboratory. If apparatus, science, formulas, those things attract you, still within agriculture, you can be that. If you like communications, marketing, you can still be that. I studied agriculture, and then I studied business degree, and then I did strategic management. I am incorporating agriculture in everything that I'm doing. So we do not have those things, which is why today we are also talking about those things, because agriculture is wide. And just maybe to briefly explain for some of us, there's about 12 subsectors under agriculture. This helps us, even not as a youth, to decide, where do I fit in? So where are these scarce skills? How do we look? We look into what is being produced, and we look into what is also employment opportunities. I just want to let you know, I'm going to say maybe our 5, so that even some of us, maybe realigning ourselves in terms of studying towards agriculture, abanye bethu bakhona, abanye bayaqhubeka, you need to have an understanding that red meat is the biggest contributor to your GDPF at about 43%, followed by horticulture, it's about 22. Excuse me, then you have your fiber. And then AS5, AS4, it's grains and cereals. And then we also have poultry at 5%. So go on, you can look. Let's say we are tanda ungena kwi horticulture. You can do, like Mr. Dlamini said, one of the scarce skills is scientists. We do not have enough soil scientists go horticulture. We do not have horticulture specialists in those. When he speaks about a vet, then it's umkakawani where it means. So those things are important because we have a global picture of all of these things. I think at number 10 we have tobacco. Who would have thought tobacco is going to form here? We've got sugar industry, we've got all those 12. I encourage you to be abantu abakuthanda ukufunda. This information is freely available on my website. Just so that you are encouraged ukuthi mina angena kumuntu extensive ngokusebenza ukugunda nje iklapu. I did a course, it's very strenuous. Ulalo ngazazi ukuthi ubani igama when you're doing it. So ngalokhu ngishona ngala ngishona la, I like systems, I like reporting. So my line now of agriculture is more towards that. So it's vast, it's from marketing, HR, finance, economies, you name it.
Nice one. Sizwile leyo. Asishayile izandla that information. Abaqeda kusinika yona. It's amazing, and as Mr. Dlamini has said, ukuthi there are no farmers because ama farmers have seen our before our circle. They are too old to keep on producing in South Africa. So now we need more farmers abazokwazi to take our country into the next level. It's one of those interesting things. Okusho ukuthi there are opportunities, and Tina, as youth of today, we just have to take these opportunities and own them. That's the only thing. And it's not ukuthi sizobheka farming kuphela ukuthi I want to own a farm, but bawashila amanye ama opportunity ukuthi you can also choose ukuya esikoleni and study some of the things that they have listed ukuze uzokwazi ukuphumelela in future. So it's up to you, which one do you choose? It's all in your hands. It's all in your hands. Zinhle, there are skills eswabonayo la eSouth Africa ukuthi ke askasi and alistiwe, especially masithi ama agricultural occupation skills. Mhlambe ngabe imaphi lawo esinawo esithi impela ayila kwangathi ke askars ngalendlela le exakile.
Thank you. We already mentioned some of them. I'm just going to also maybe just bring to the attention of everyone. When we talk about these AMA skills, sikuluma also with AMA skills program where you can go ufunde mhlambe ukuba a miller in a milling indawo like Kaiwakon. So we should have a short skill lapho. We don't have managers that are able to mill. And for that, and for those skills as ikanjalo, you need a skills program because abanye bethu mhlambe asizange sawa aligner ama subjects ethu ahead. So you find ukuthi awasekho. So there are so many, especially that we also are encouraging that we look into our skills anjalo. We've mentioned your scientist, and that we have as a short skill, which is very hard to fill. It's an export specialist. Our export specialist, because we as a sector, we are just scratching the surface in terms of our market exports commodities. So we do not have export specialists. We encourage young people to look into those. Any skill that we actually are lacking, also practically where I'm at, we do not have enough specialists that deal with irrigation and anything that deals with water supply. We spoke about Zululand having the resources. One of the resources that is needed with agriculture is water. And we definitely could not be able to do a lot of what we're doing in agriculture without water, but we need specialists with irrigation and whether it's engineers and technicians, we do not have enough of those. So we encourage even schooling youth, some subjects, look into those. Mostly, even if kubalekile ukuthi siqale early lento ukuze sizokwazi ukuthi we place ourselves properly. For instance, with me, when I grew up, I wanted to be a vet, but I didn't put my results kahle. Ngathi mengifike mangusuthi ngathi mina all I love is animals. Mangisa ka agriculture, which is animal production, which is quite different. This is talking about production. So I studied now animals that only deal with what we produce. I don't learn about snakes. It's different. My passion, because I had not put my subjects right. So also, when we look into this, becomes important, even if you've got young sisters and brothers at home, you are a community leader, make sure that it's going to be needed. Your maths and your science becomes important, but we've got also skills program, like in we do not have amafomenzi, we do not have diesel mechanics, and all of those we can get from programs, skills programs. My institutions are relevant.
Nice one. I guess checking the bagahulmeni manje ukuthi uhulumeni ikona yini into ayenzayo to develop young people of South Africa, and if there is indlela ayenzayo yiziphi lezo zinto uhulumeni azenzayo to develop youth yethu as singama South Africans. Mr. Lamin.
This is very an important question. For me to answer properly, ngifuna nje ukuthola indication ukuthi the young people that are here, are they professionals, people that are looking at that level, or are they farmers or people that want to farm, so that I give what is relevant to them. But maybe even if bengangiphendulanga, let me start with the people that want to further their studies. The Department of Agriculture, not only the Department of Agriculture, I hope all departments do, even municipalities, do have bursaries for people to study. Each department has a skills plan where it identified some qualifications supporter young people to study. Agric engineering, veterinary science, animal health technician, agric scientist, agric economics. Those courses, when you apply, each department advertise on newspapers. Just before the end of each and every year, you will find that there is a list of adverts befuna abantu abazo apply to get a full bursary bakuthathe bakuse university ukuze ukwazi ukufunda. When you come back, you work for a few years to repay I bursary ade bekunike yona. And also a department for those who have already qualified inayo internship no learnership program. I think we spend about 2 million rand per year to absorb some of the young people who have completed. But in terms of the department, they also look into admin and HR, then people that are doing agriculture, whether at a TVET or at a college, because we do have colleges for agriculture, like the Untitled College of Agriculture and TETA, and even those that have qualifications from universities who need some internship or learnerships, they apply a department basis. Sometimes if there is ingekho ke imali, if this 2 million has been exhausted, we do assist those people. Mhlawumbe uma kuna la Vryheid wants to do some learnership or internship, we link those people with the local offices ukuthi babe khona to get some technical skills for them to qualify in terms of their causes. We also have mentorship for smallholder enterprises, people that are already farming. So you apply for a mentor. A mentor also TETA ahambe nawe for a period of 2 years. So there is that also. We spend about 5 million per annum in terms of mentorships. There are farms around here in Vryheid which are using this program. Abanama mentors abo, abahamba nabo, hand to hand, bahamba nabo, anjalo. And also we do have short courses for people who are already in farming. We have short courses that are conducted by our institutional